What is up, guys? Brandon with Ohm Empire back at it again. As you can see, I'm in a new location. Got new artificial lighting, so I'm not relying on natural lighting. Not quite sure how long this is going to last. At least a week. So I'll try and bust out and get a few different videos recorded for the purposes of having a well-lit surrounding and a good quality camera. I'm actually using a new camera too. So new background, all that. But it's not about any of that today. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Freakshow RDA by WoToFo. I have it sitting currently on this dual 18650 blink box, and going to take another tote on it. Yep, putting out very nicely. Got it at 0.3 ohms right now. And like I said, dual 18650 blink box. Picked this up a few days ago. Gonna have a review on it. I'm actually really liking this device so far. This is only the second dual parallel box that I've had to date. I don't know why I got rid of my original one. I really liked it. I think I actually traded it for my Sigelli 50 watt right when it came out. But before I actually go up close and personal, which will be a jump cut there because I have a camera, I can make a few different videos on that. Cut them all together, so hopefully this is going to come out very well, because this is what I hope that my channel is going to be looking like. I apologize if I'm a little bit difficult to hear. I'm not sure how well this camera records audio, and my mother is asleep upstairs. I'm at my parents' house at the moment. But before we jump up close, I'm going to go over a few things. So this is made by a company called WoToFo. Well-known cloner, but they have released a few authentic devices, namely the Freakshow Mini, the Troll RDA. I believe that they made the Mad Hatter. I could be mistaken, which is essentially just like a turbo clone, renamed, a little bit of a redesign to it. Got that hinged top cap on it, but I think they did the Mad Hatter. I could be 100% wrong, so go ahead and correct me in the comments down below, or I'll have it in the next part of this video saying, hey, it turns out I was wrong. But I'm really liking this device. I've had this mod for probably a month now. I got it right after I got the turbo, because this is what I traded the turbo for. I got a chuff style cap on it. I'll go over everything that it came with when I do the up close and personal stuff, you know, typical WoToFo packaging and all of that good stuff. Go over a few of the pros and cons at the moment. One of the pros that I think is a big pro about this device is its affordability. This is a flavor chasing atomizer, namely. It's got the bottom airflow on there. So it's namely a flavor chasing atomizer. It does put out pretty well, as you can see. Like I said, I'm not a cloud chaser by any means, but this is putting out pretty nicely. Yeah, it's putting out pretty nicely. So you can do cloud chasing builds on it. I mean, I don't know why you would. Why would you sacrifice flavor on a flavor chasing atomizer? But the affordability, I think it's like $35. In the next portion of this, I'll have everything, because I have some of my vape notes, but not all of them. But yeah, the affordability of this device is there, and it might be made by a clone manufacturer, but it is essentially an authentic device. It's a cheap, authentic flavor chasing device, which is, it hits like all three, it's firing on all cylinders for me to enjoy this device fully. Another thing I really like is the availability of this device. Because it's essentially made by a cloning company, you know it's going to be mass produced. It does have an individualized serial number, so you know it is authentic, but it's out there. There's plenty of them, and plus they just launched the Freakshow Mini, which I'll probably end up picking up because I'm a consumer whore. But it's out there. You can pick them up. Most shops, even shops that carry just clones exclusively, are probably going to be carrying this device for you. So it's there. I like that it does have the ability to have a chuff style cap on it. It does come separate, but they do have chuff style caps that do fit on it. I'm not sure if traditional chuff style caps fit on it, but they do have some that do fit. Flavor chasing atomizer, obviously I'm going to enjoy it. It has immaculate flavor, one of the best flavors I've ever had on a device to date. It uses grub screws to tighten down all of your posts, which is really nice. I like that you can get it in a plethora of color variations. I don't even have them off the top of my head. I'll write them down before I jump to the next portion of this, but it has a shit ton of different choices you can do, and I think the Freakshow Mini has around the same, maybe a little bit less. and then it has a very, very, very protruding 510 pin, which makes this device very, very safe to use on your hybrid style devices. So those are just some of the pros that I come up with. I might come up with more as I go on, as we do the up close, and as we come back up and vape on and talk about it just a little bit more. Speaking of doing up close and personal stuff, let's go ahead and do that right now. What is up, guys? We are back, and the up close and personal of the Freakshow by WoToFo A-Mod. Just going to give you a quick look around. Got the Freakshow engraving. It's nice and deep. It's not scratching off, not rubbing off. Got my Married to My Mod vape band to protect it because I've scuffed it a little bit, as you can see. Got a little bit of juice on there. I'm going to pop this off so I can show you the bottom. Show you that 510 pin I was just talking about. So as you can see, it does protrude out quite nicely. Very protruding. And like I said, though, it is not adjustable, which does kind of suck. That's a con in my opinion. I like having adjustable 510 pins, but I guess if it's protruding like it is, that kind of compensates for the fact that it's not adjustable. Made by WoToFo, got the Freakshow and serial number 638. Like I said, they're all individually serialized. Freakshow, look around here. Wide bore chuff style drip tip that comes separate from it. Go ahead and pop this back on my blink box and pull that outer barrel off and give you a look at the deck. So 3-post design, uses the grub screws like I've said. Wow, that's dry now. It's a good thing I haven't hit it anymore. 3 O-ring design on the bottom, does fit nicely, but it is kind of loose. It doesn't wiggle. That's the mod wiggling the whole thing, but it does come off with fairly decent ease. Nice deep juice well, grub screws, pretty big postals actually. I know you can't quite see them, but I was able to fit a 20 gauge dual build in here. It was snug, but it did fit. I don't know why I did that. I kept it in there for like 2 days, and then I was just done. Got the bottom fed airflow, comes out right up top. Position your coil right above where the airflow is coming in. That is what contributes to the amazing flavor that this device does put out. Quick look in the inner barrel here. As you can see, there's some paint coming off right here because this part of the inner barrel is painted to match the outer barrel. It's kind of annoying because that can start chipping off like this, and I don't like the idea of getting paint chips on my cotton, my wicks, and my coil, and then inhaling that. That's not very good, so that's a con. The leaking on it, I mean, you're going to have leaking on a device bottom fed like this, but it's a bit of a pain. You have to really pull this off, or pull the chuff cap off, and then kind of paint your juice onto those coils like, where'd my juice ball go? Oh, it's in my pocket. Give me just a second. You get to stare at this for a second. So you literally just have to paint it on there, and then fill like a little bit in here so that it gets out to the bottom of your wicks. But you got to paint it on there so it doesn't. You can't really just drop it in there, otherwise it will start going and leaking into these airflow channels. But yeah, this is your quick, personal, up and close view of the Freakshow by WoToFo. So we are going to go ahead and hop back upstairs and vape on it and talk about it just a little bit more. And we are back up top. Alright, so I did take a look, and you can find this on eCiggity. I chose to name eCiggity, there goes my phone, because they had the widest variety of colors. Nowhere that I found carried every true color that they had, but the ones that I found on eCiggity was stainless steel, black, white, pink, Tiffany blue, and lime green. But I also believe that you can get it in copper, brass, and the carbon fiber was just recently released, I believe. I'm not 100% certain. I know that there's a carbon fiber troll. I'm not 100% sure that they released the carbon fiber Freakshow. I would hope so, because I feel like I've seen it, and I'd feel really dumb if they didn't. So, we'll go ahead and go over a quick wrap-up of the pros and the cons. So, pros, like I said, was the affordability, the availability that they have a chuff style cap on it. Flavor's amazing. The color variations, the full spectrum of color that you have is really nice. Protruding 510 pin, and what was the other one? There was another one. I'm forgetting what my last pro was. Oh, it uses grub screws. I think that's a really big plus. A couple of the cons was I didn't like that the inner barrel was painted to match it. I don't like the idea of paint chips flaking off onto my builds. The leaking, I mean, you're going to have that with a bottom airflow atomizer anyway, but it is a kind of pain in the ass. You can't really leave it sitting on its side, but I mean, that you can't really do that with most atomizers, most tanks nowadays anyway, without it leaking to some degree. I don't like that not every drip tip that I've owned and that I've used is not fully compatible. I can't actually use my favorite drip tip, which is kind of upsetting. I was looking forward to using that, and I can't use it, so I just stick with the chuff style. I didn't like that the 510 was... I don't know why I did that. I didn't like that the 510 wasn't adjustable, even though it did protrude to compensate for the fact that it wasn't adjustable. But yeah, there's a few cons. I feel like the pros outweigh the cons, because overall, this device is very nice. If you're part of Team Cheap Mod, and you really want a good flavor chaser that can produce the vapor that you're going to be looking for, I feel like this is definitely a device for you to look into, if not the Mini. And then I'm sure I'll have a review on the Freakshow Mini after I get it. It's probably not going to vary too much, honestly, because, I mean, there's not a whole lot of room for improvement outside of having adjustable 510, making sure that your 510 drip tip adapter is completely compatible with all of them, and then not painting the inner barrel. I really think that that's a huge con. But with all that said, I feel like it's time to wrap this sucker up. So Brandon over at Brandon over at Empire, signing out till next time, and as always, stay classy, vape fam.